Welcome back to another edition of Tea Talk Tuesday with Marcy B. So this week we are talking about yet another common herb spice you've heard of and you've probably cooked with, and that is ginger. This past week I experienced a whole lot of vertigo and dizziness and bloating. And I'm not going to get into the long story of why I think I'm experiencing that. I'll save that for another time. But the vertigo and the dizziness was so bad to the point where there were some days that I really couldn't move around very much because it just felt like the whole room was spinning the whole time. And while it wasn't necessarily curing my vertigo, adding ginger to my tea or drinking the ginger-based teas that I have from Sipology seemed to help relieve some of that dizziness. And so today we are going to talk about ginger. Now, ginger is what we call a zingy root. I wish I had a piece of ginger with me. I forgot to grab one at the market on Saturday, and today's market day, but I haven't gone to the market yet, so I'm gonna go later to get some. But anyways, it looks like a root, right? It's a carminative herb, and we know from our previous discussions that carminatives help improve our digestion, dispel gas, ease our bloating, relieve cramping, and things like that that are related to our overall gut health, right? But aside from the gut-friendly benefits, ginger's biggest claim to fame is helping with nausea. And nausea and dizziness can really wreak havoc on your day-to-day activities. So aside from that, ginger also offers many other benefits that I want to make sure we talk about. So even though I was using it to help with the dizziness, it can also benefit your health by its ability to improve circulation and in some cases even help reduce blood pressure. And both of those things can actually contribute to dizziness. So that's why there are medical practitioners out there, especially holistic practitioners, that will use ginger to help in cases where dizziness is a factor. But ginger also can help decrease inflammation. It helps to boost that detoxification process that takes place in our bodies that we've talked about in the past. It can help reduce blood sugars, improve insulin sensitivity, boost or fend off respiratory infections, so things like the cold and even the flu, and ease other painful symptoms that people experience from a range of different ailments, right? So ginger has a lot of health benefits, and a lot of people have ginger in their spice drawer. So here's just a organic ground ginger that I have in my spice drawer. And a lot of people have this, but very few actually use it or cook with it. So it sits in your spice drawer. I actually just bought this one. So it sits in your spice drawer full until it expires, and then you end up tossing it out, but you feel like you should have it in your spice drawer, so you buy another one, right? But I encourage you, if you're not using ginger, start using ginger. Find ways to incorporate ginger into your routines. Things like soups and sauces are a great way to incorporate ginger. And of course, a couple of other things. But before I talk about all of that, I want to note here that I'm not a physician, right? So I can't tell you that ginger can help heal any specific ailments that you have, ease your symptoms necessarily. So you always, if you have specific things that are bothering you and you're wondering, maybe ginger will help. Well, one, you could try it, right? It's a common spice in your spice drawer. But two, talk to your physician about it and get their direction about using it and whether or not it could help. Because again, it's not a guarantee to treat or fix anything. But I do want to say this, based on the research and the studies that I've done, for those of you who are on blood thinners, it's recommended that you avoid ginger. And if you're pregnant, it's best to stick to very mild forms of ginger. So I just want to throw those out there because I know I've come across those several times in my research. So with that disclaimer aside, ginger tends to be a spicy herb. So you really don't need to use a lot of ginger to taste it. And actually it smells spicy too, right? So you can use fresh ginger or dried ginger. You can use dried ginger pieces. Fresh ginger, when you go to the grocery store, you're probably afraid of it because it looks like a root that came out of the ground or off a tree. But when you cut into it, one, it smells amazing, but two, it's got this beautiful golden yellow color that's just amazing. So you can grate the ginger down and use it. You can slice ginger. You can shred it. You can use it in so many different ways. And so if you've never tried it before, I highly suggest you grab some ginger the next time you go to the store and just try it for fun. Find a recipe, like a soup recipe or a sauce recipe that includes it, and just try it. It looks scary, but just don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of it. Other ways you can use the ginger aside from soups and sauces, you could add it to honey and make like a ginger honey, a ginger infused honey. You could add it to juice and create a ginger juice. And of course, you can have it in tea. And so that's what we're going to talk about. Once you get familiar with the taste of ginger, because it is a very different taste than what you're probably used to, you can add fresh ginger to really any teas that you think it would pair well with. And you got to experiment to figure out what you like and what you don't like, to be honest. But a great way to start is using just a classic green tea. And in the Sipology catalog, they have a classic green tea. It's called Classic Sencha. So you could start with that and then just slice up a little piece of fresh ginger, or you can grate it down like maybe 1/4 teaspoon or so and put it in there. And then start with just a little bit though and see what you think of the taste. So when you do that, you're going to actually steep the ginger with the tea leaves in the water. Okay, so don't steep the tea and then add the ginger. You want the ginger to steep with the tea. So that's one way you can start. You can also take that classic green tea with a little bit of ginger and then take a fresh, like maybe 1/4 or 1/2 of a lemon and squeeze the fresh lemon juice into the tea. And then if you're really feeling adventurous, you could add in some cinnamon. You could add in ground turmeric, because we know turmeric is really good for us as well. And maybe even a dash of honey. So you've created your own little tea concoction that's really good for you. And you can have that hot or cold. So serve it over ice if you'd rather have it iced. Ginger does tend to blend well with turmeric. So it's no surprise that you're going to find ginger in the turmeric and spice blend, which is a black tea that Sipology offers. Other teas that have the ginger in it are the naturally sweet pineapple ginger ale tea, the grapefruit mimosa, cinnamon bun, ginger lemon sunshine, hot yoga, immunity booster, which you guys all know I love, and it's also back in stock, the lemon ginger detox, and that lemon ginger detox is actually what I've been drinking these past couple of days to help with my vertigo. Zingy ginger, lemon ginger ale, mango zinger. All of the chai options have ginger in them. It's part of that chai blend. And then the unsweetened lattes. And then there's 2 lattes, the chai latte and the London Mist latte from the sweet latte line that have ginger in them as well. So there's lots of different options of tea blends that have ginger in them that you could absolutely try. And again, for me personally, I was just looking for something to help ease some of the dizziness. But aside from that, ginger itself offers a lot of health promoting benefits for you. So yet another one just to incorporate into your tea regimen. And you know, I don't know how many weeks we've been doing this Tea Talk Tuesday now, but quite a few. And every week I say the same thing. You should incorporate it into your routine, right? This is why it's so fun to have so many options, that like all the options that Sipology offers, you guys, because you can month to month change up the types of teas that you are enjoying. You don't have to have it every single day. You don't have to. There are some ingredients that you might benefit from having a little more consistently. But the beauty of this is you get to try a lot of different teas, and you can change it up from month to month, right? So maybe this month your focus is on turmeric, and you can tailor it to whatever you feel like is ailing you. Maybe you feel like you're super inflamed this month, so you're going to add a little more turmeric in. So that's what I love about having all the different options of really great, high quality loose leaf teas in our nutritional regimen. And that is Tea Talk Tuesday, all about ginger. So if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Thanks, guys, and have a great week.